As a citizen, what do I want from my government? I want my government to spend my taxpayer dollars wisely and efficiently and be a good steward of taxpayer dollars.
As a citizen, I would like to see my government be actually more involved with the collaboration with the schools and the community. I think this is one thing that's really missing.
Well, the big challenge, obviously, the last couple of years is trying to maintain the same or better levels of service with increasingly less money to do it with. So that's the challenge.
As a citizen, I think what I would like to see from government is more collaboration, especially in terms of land use planning and transportation planning. That's also my background, but I think we have tremendous opportunities where we need to start see communities working together and seeing our region as a whole instead of seeing it as a piecemeal political subdivision game.
Well, I work for the city of Stowe, so we're already doing a fair amount of collaboration. We operate a regional 911 dispatch center. We purchase a lot of our supplies from a regional consortium here in Summit County. We're looking for more opportunities, looking for some opportunities possibly in data communications, fiber optic networks and things of that sort. Anything that will help us reduce our costs.
I think, as far as the forum itself, I'm hoping that communities and leaders will start to think more creatively about how to make it work. And I know that being here and representing the West Shore communities, the West Shore has really been on the cutting edge of collaborative efforts for probably 35 years. And so, we've done the SWAT and we've done all that low-hanging fruit. And there's I think, a lot more that we've got to rethink. We've got to, look at it from a different viewpoint and definitely think outside the box.
I think we all have to look at our functions, our job duties, and look at how to share and work together better. There's a number of organizations such as this or the Northern Ohio Service Directors Association, or just get involved, network, and see how we can all work together for a better government.
One of the things I found interesting today, people kept mentioning that we need to collaborate now because there's such budget issues, the economic climate, and my immediate thought is, well, why aren't you collaborating beforehand, and then maybe we wouldn't be in this situation in the first place. So, it just seems like it always makes sense to me to, whatever you're doing, if someone else is doing something similar, work together.
I think, and particularly these economic times that we're having, I think that it's only wise that we try to eliminate duplication of services, and we try to get together and save money and make it more efficient. So I think when I became commissioner 2 years ago, this was primary on my plate that there's just too much duplication of services. And let's try to work together as units, for example, building departments, boards of health, to see if we can make it more efficient and easier for the taxpayers.
Political will. That's the hardest part. It takes a lot of putting things aside to join forces with another government because we all have our hometown pride, and sometimes that's a barrier to collaboration.
Biggest collaboration, and actually one of the reasons that I'm here today, is joint fire districts, or joint fire EMS districts to be more specific. This, I think, is something that's very important. I think that this is a very good way to provide efficient services to the community and keep the level of care, especially in the EMS end, at the high levels that it is right now.
What we would like to see is the state providing more support to local governments so that they can do the kind of collaborations that folks want to do but are unable to do currently because of various barriers.
They need to make the constituents, the communities, aware of what they're doing in collaboration to get their buy-in and support.
People need to attend the same meetings, they need to go to the same parties, like literally they need to have a beer together. And establish a working relationship, like a relationship of trust, so that the conversation can even begin. And it's not just a relationship of trust between the city leaders, which is to say the mayors and the other council members. It's a relationship of trust with your labor unions and also your community people. It's bringing everybody to the table and understanding that we're all working for the common good and that we can move forward together.
And if we can learn from each other, bring those lessons from one part of the region to the other, improve our productivity at the governmental level, make our communities more competitive at the regional, national, and global level, we have a shot at it.
You have to get the people in the same room. You have to get them talking about collaboration. You have to get them talking about the things that they do and the things they're passionate about. And then once you get people talking about that, people, oh, I think that's awesome too. Let's get together and work on something.